Good morning, everyone. Playing a little GeoChamp. Hey, teacher. Hello, hello. 5 a.m. in New Jersey. Yep, that sounds early for most people, right? Good morning from North Jersey, the pollen capital. Uh-oh. That's what somebody said yesterday out at my stand. They were having an allergy attack. Like, yep, it is that time. I'm in and out. I'm working. All right. Happy Friday to you, Daniel Berry. Slim, what's up? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Crazy day yesterday. It just never stops over here. I've been looking forward to a basketball tournament for the last month. that was, gonna save the day for this month anyways, and they canceled it yesterday. How do you cancel a 3-day event 1 week before the event? That's just unacceptable. You got vendors, and I was not happy. And I get an email saying the event's canceled. You can call this number to see about getting your refund because I paid $100 for the event. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I made over 20 dozen cupcakes for that event. I was literally in the middle of making cheesecakes for that event when I read that email. And long story short, I called them and they said the lady that they allowed to do the basketball tournament got sick and just didn't do what she was supposed to do. And they don't have the resources to pull it off. So they pulled the plug on it. And it wasn't the lady's fault that I was talking to, but fuck me, man. I know there's got to be other people that cannot be happy about that. I mean, it's a huge deal. What league? It was called the Splash City Basketball Tournament in Shelton, Washington. It was for the Squaxin tribe. $300 to get in. There was teams coming from all over, I believe, but it just sucks because, as a vendor, there's so many things that go into planning for an event like that. You prepare for it. Not only that, you're not thinking about doing anything else but that event. You're not thinking about other locations or nothing. You know what I mean? It's just all laser focused on that. And then for them that's never happened to me before. Or, you don't have to worry about something like that. It's like, Jesus criminy, man. These people, get your shit together, please. My God. And then right after I read that, my daughter messages me and says she got rear-ended. She was she had just dropped my granddaughter off at school, thank God. And she was at a stoplight and got rear-ended for the second time. It happened to her once in Florida when she was living in Florida. And both times she knew that it was going to happen because she stopped at a light and she's looking in a rearview mirror like I always taught her. And she said there's nothing she could do. She knew the guy wasn't paying attention to some gay dude this time. And she watched him slam into the back of her car. And you can't, the back license plate is bent a little bit, but you can't really tell no damage. But her back's all fucked up. Her back was fucked up from the last accident. She's in pain. And so now it's even worse. So people fucking being on their phones and shit. So I had that to deal with yesterday. So I wasn't going to go out and sell yesterday because I was babysitting, but then that changed because of all that. So I went out for a couple hours yesterday. So I got to figure something out for next weekend. That's just fuck. One thing after another, man. The life of a vendor, though. Yeah, she's good. She's all right. I mean, she's in pain. She's going to get I told her to I was looking up on AI, a personal injury lawyer is what you need. Because she's already been in, her back was already messed up. Now it's really going to be fucked up. So, I don't know. At least my granddaughter wasn't in the car. And at least she didn't get hurt too bad, Scary shit. Scary shit. Not a whole lot going on the news right now. I haven't really been paying attention, to be honest. I was on the phone from the second I got home yesterday. I was on the phone until almost 9 o'clock, which is like 2 o'clock in the morning for me. It's 2 o'clock in the morning now. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. I got 5 hours of sleep. That's about normal. 5 to 5.5. 4.5 to 5.5. But I was on the phone talking to my buddy for a couple hours yesterday, just talking shop. Like, dude, I got to figure this out, man. This is not working. So pay attention to your business. Yep, that's what it's all about right now. It's always something, right? Hey, teacher. So yeah, I'll be back at it today. Hopefully today should be a good day. I'm thinking about doing two things today. I just don't know if I'm going to have the product to pull it off. We'll see how good I do this afternoon at the admin building. And if I don't do it today, I'm going to do it tomorrow for sure. Is where the kitchen that I rent. It's attached to a musical playhouse. I asked the chef. She said I could set up outside anytime I wanted. So they have plays that start. I think they start at like 7:30 or something like that. Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. One of those. So I'm gonna just set up my tent right outside the door of the kitchen. And everybody that goes to that playhouse will walk by me and see if I can get them to buy cheesecakes and see how it goes. If it ends up making me a decent amount of money where it's worth it, I'll try to do it on a consistent basis. They used to have this little wine shop in that same little building there where I would notice people, they would set up like tables and chairs for a few people to sit out there and drink wine, which is cool. I might do something like that. But my daughter, yep, got the old rear end yesterday from a gay guy. Let's see here. Let's play a song real quick before we get started. I mean, it is terrorist attack week. It's April 17th, so. And I keep saying it, but it's never been a higher threat right now than that.
Guess who just got back today? Them wild-eyed boys that had been away haven't changed, had much to say. But man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. Told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. You know that chick that used to dance a lot? Every night she'd be on the floor shaking what she'd got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. I mean, she was steaming. And that time over at Johnny's place, well, this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we just fell about the place. If that chick don't want to know, forget her. The boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town.
Love that song. Interesting band, Thin Lizzy. 1976. Sorry, guys. Where's my history at?
I'm through standing in line. The clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. Tell me what you want. I want a brand new house on an episode of Cribs, and a bathroom I can play baseball in, and a king-size tub big enough for 10 plus me. For what you need. I'll need a credit card that's got no limit, and a big black chair with a bedroom in it. Gonna join the Mile High Club at 37,000 feet. Been done. I want a new tour bus full of old guitars. Mount Star on Hollywood Boulevard. Somewhere between Cher and James Dean is fine for me. So how you gonna do it? I'm gonna trade this life for fortune and fame. I'd even cut my hair and change my name. Cause we all just wanna be big rock stars and live in hilltop houses driving 15 cars. The girls come easy and the come cheap. Well, I'll stay skinny cause we just won't eat. And we'll hang out in the coolest bars and the VIP with the movie stars. Every good gold digger's gonna wind up there. Every playboy bunny with a bleached blonde hair. And well, hey, hey, I wanna be a rock star. Hey, hey, I wanna be a rock star.
You too could be a rock star. Just become a Jew. If you want to be a banker, become a Jew. If you want to be a rock star or a movie star, become a Jew. That's all there is to it. It is the fast track to success in the United States. Sell your soul to the devil and become a Jew. This one's for you, Slim. The Talking Heads.
Watch out. You might get what you're after. Cool ladies. Stranger than a stranger. I'm an ordinary guy. Burning down the house.
Burn the motherfucker down.
Hold tight.
The whole thing.
Wait till the party's over. Hold tight. We're in for nasty weather. There has got to be a way. Burning down the house. It's a quick to pack your bags. Time for jumping for the war. Transportation is here. Close enough but not too far. Maybe you know where you are. Waiting fire with fire. Always. You might need a raincoat. Shake down. Things walking in broad daylight. 365 degrees. Burning down the house. It was once a brighter place. Sometimes I listen to myself. On a coming place. People on their way to work. Baby, what do you expect? On a burst into flame.
Anybody got any song requests before we move on? How about another song?
Someday we'll be together. Say it again.
Oh wow, we already got two Soaring Stings Promised Land. I've never heard of that. Maybe I have. Let's see here. Oh, Springstand's Promised Land.
What can I get for you? Jack Daniels.
Jack. Me too.
In every bar, you'll always know someone by name.
Don't drink. Do not buy Jack Daniels because it will kill you and everyone around you. Drinking is bad. It leads to alcoholism. At least hard alcohol, not beer, Slim. We're just talking about hard alcohol.
I pick up my money, head back into town, driving across the Waynesburg County line. I got the radio on, but I'm just killing time, working all day in my daddy's garage, driving all night, chasing the summer rush. Pretty soon, little girl, I'm gonna take charge. Well, now it's on Main Street High, as I understand if I can take this moment into my hands. Mr. Ryan, no man, in a promised land. I've done my best to live the right way. I get up every morning, go to work each day, but your eyes go blind, your blood runs cold. Sometimes I feel so weak, I just want to explode. Explode and tear this whole town apart. Take a knife and cut this pain from my heart.
Yeah, I do remember that song. It's a great song. Could you imagine me and Slim in a rock band touring the country? The Slim and Treats, the Slim and Treats experience is what it would be called. Massive amounts of weed. Slim's guitar would be shaped like a bong. You know, I'd probably have dreads. It would be quite the show. All right, let's do one more. We'll do some Upchurch. Why not? And after all, this is my favorite song. Believe it or not, this is my favorite song of all time. It's hard to trump Fleetwood Mac and Heart, but he did it. Church.
Sometimes I get stoned in my backyard, lay off in the tall grass so my view is the stars. I think about nothing, get to clear my thoughts from all the thunder and lightning, so I feel a spark. Sometimes I get higher than the Colorado Rockies, hoping that the county sheriff don't stop me. Like Charlie Daniels said, you shouldn't smoke at dough, but damn it, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. With the windows rolled down and the radio up, sweet tea full in my solo cup, listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert. I'm a beat up door, arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke at dough. Hell, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. Yeah, I love Rolling Stone. Smoke rolling round the cab with the dome light on, looking like a stage for a Leonard Skinner song. Hanging out with Mary Jane, but she's making the time go slow. Making memories with my buddies through the thick green smoke, puff passing out the windows of my old Tahoe. Lifted so damn high, I can't come down, driving under the speed limit in my town. With the windows rolled down and the radio up, sweet tea full in my solo cup, listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert. I'm a beat up door, arm hanging out the window, smiling away, Smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke at dough. Hell, I can't help, I love rolling stone. Yeah, I love rolling stone. There ain't nothing like the swaying of a windy back road, baked up like a barn full of tobacco. I know Jesus drank wine, but I bet he wouldn't mind sitting with me in my Chevy, passing around a few times. With the windows rolled down, the radio up, sweet tea full in our solo cups, listening to the humming of the 44s, like a concert out my beat up door. Arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. Oh, Willie said there's not nothing wrong with smoking dough. So light one up and let's go rolling stone.
I wonder if you took all the weed that I've ever smoked and put it into one bag, how big would that bag be? That is do they even make a bag? I think it might fit in a hot air balloon. You know, like if you turned a hot air balloon upside down and filled the balloon cavity with weed, I think that might hold. That's a lot of weed you're talking about. My God. I mean, I used to grow weed by the pounds. So, well, maybe not by the pounds, but a couple pound and a half, a couple pounds at a time. Puff, puff, cattle. About to put Outdoor Cricket out and crash soon. All right, Slim. Yeah, you've been at it for a while. The Slim and Treats experience. Think about it, Slim. Get it lined up. Maybe we can open for church. You know? We can be like the Timu version of Leonard Skinner. We get Solitaire and Boot. Turn it up now. Doom, 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 doom. Sweet Home, North Carolina. You could do it, Slim. You write the lyrics. I don't know if we can compete with AI anymore, though. I mean, honestly, with the talent that's out there now, I'm sure we could compete. You know, it would just be a matter of affording the venues. I mean, look at Corey Feldman. What the frick is that guy doing? Michael Jackson? Do. Let me type him in real quick. I mean, I'm a fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. I just think it's a perfect example of what performers look like these days. This is it right here. This is the one.
Who's back? Welcome and see at last. I'm the comeback king. I ain't missing nothing. If you're going to swing, better make it stay. I'm the comeback king. You know what I mean.
I mean, you can't knock it. Isn't, you know, I mean, is it raw talent? No. Is he living on the coattails of Michael Jackson? Who knows? You know, people only come to see him, I'm guessing, because they love Corey Feldman from The Lost Boys and License to Drive and, you know, the countless other movies he was in. Goonies. But they don't go and see him for his talent. And so I'm just saying that, you know, and I bet he doesn't even, I mean, does he sell out? I don't know. Maybe he does. At one point in our lifetime, there was so much talent touring the country, it would be impossible, literally impossible, to take it all in. You just didn't, you couldn't be in more than one place at one time. I mean, now, where is the talent at? Is there any talent? You know, you got people like Axl Rose that, my God, what is wrong with him? One Eye Willie, yeah, the Goonies. Let's check in with Axl Rose, see how he's doing. Oh my gosh, my fingers are working today. So, I mean, it's just no disrespect, but I'm sick and tired of this shit. I don't want to see people that are hanging on by a thread trying to perform. And, you know, nobody can drive that point home harder than Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? So why is it that the rockers of yesterday look like we found them walking down a dirt road in Honduras where there's no medical treatment, there's no antibiotics? I don't get that. Why do they look like they got ran over by a truck when they were 6 and they never got treatment? You know what I mean? No one ever put the cast on the leg. What the fuck are we doing? My God. I mean, it's no disrespect. Yikes. Hold on one sec. Can't do it there. Okay. Hold on. Oh, that's why. That's what I was thinking. Red Hot Chili Peppers, that song, Californication. It talks about Hollywood as a machine. It manufactures dreams, but also distorts reality. Fame and plastic culture, mentions of cosmetic surgery, child stars, and superficial success. Global influence, how pop culture spreads worldwide, and loss of authenticity. People chasing an image instead of something real. And that song is just it is personifies what, in my opinion, what music is today. It's not, and it's weird. It's hard to even kind of put your finger on it. Like, what are we experiencing right now? You know, everybody just types in this AI music and hears, you know, and it really is witchcraft. The spells that the powers to be put on people. You know, we went from raw talent where people had to, you know, they worked their whole lives to achieve success. Then to people just being satisfied with typing something in and listening to it that way because the talent isn't there anymore. And why isn't it there anymore? It's because they're not farming the talent. They're not nurturing the talent, you know. There's no avenue for success for, you know, there's no avenue for somebody to dedicate their life to practicing music the traditional way. You have to, it's all about the gram. It's all about the, you know, the clicks and the views on TikTok. It's wild. And I can't stand it. My buddy was talking about that yesterday. He's like, I hate when people say that. You really, you know, fuck you. But anyway, it's about, he said, what did he say? You really need to be on TikTok. I said, dude, don't even fucking start with the social media bullshit. I said, what ends up happening is people end up wasting an entire fucking 2-3 hours of their night talking about this bullshit, and it gets you nowhere. I said, I need results. I come up with an idea and I'm going to put it to use. I can't just, you know, I don't know. I don't have it. I don't have any desire. I've tried social media. I feel like I make some of the best desserts around. Look, if you look at my Facebook, you know, find somebody that can do that type of shit. But you put my strawberries up against somebody's on TikTok, and the people that look like a fucking retard made their strawberries, it gets millions of views. And I don't even want to play that game. And I know it's like there's the algorithms and the search engine optimizations, and they can just stick it right up their ass. I don't give a fuck about that shit. And I never will. You know, I think that we did it wrong. This is a broken system. You know, the positive things that social media has done, take those out and use that. But all the other shit, I hate it. I can't stand it. Nope, no talent. Exactly. So, you know, and the argument is, well, you want to do something where you just kind of hands off. Like, for example, doing t-shirts on Shopify, where, you know, you come up with the design, you know, and it's basically just about getting your t-shirt in front of people. They order it. You don't have to do anything. It gets printed and shipped off from other people, you know. And I don't know, I guess you could consider that a business, but I just don't consider that a business. I mean, I'm all for selling t-shirts, but not that way. Now, if you want to sell t-shirts online, that's fine. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of trying to start a business from somebody's like, here, do this. You know, it's like I don't know what I'm trying to say. Me, if I come up with an idea, like, for example, right now, I have like a few projects going on. Birthday cake cupcakes. And I probably could think of a few other things too. But some things, you know, that's what I was telling my buddy Brian last night. I was like, you know, it's one thing to be able to make chocolate strawberries. It's another thing to get people to buy them. And then even if you're successful at that, you know, let's talk about caramel apples. It's one thing to know how to make caramel apples. It's another thing to get people to buy them, and the packaging and everything else. You know, I've done many different products, like a whole bunch of shit. Deviled strawberries is the number one thing that comes to mind. I may do them. In fact, I think I'm going to do them for a strawberry festival in June. But it's just not something never really figured out the packaging. The shelf life on those is even less than chocolate strawberries. That's something that you would want to do right then and there for like a party or a wedding or something like that. But it's just a matter of taking your idea and then putting, either you're going to do it or you're not. That was my point last night. Either you're going to do it or you're not. I get, especially after being out there all day and just it was a frustrating day yesterday in general with all the drama. I don't have it in me to waste my time at 52 years old. I know what I want to do. And there's a few projects that new things I'm willing to take on. If it was a great idea, I would consider it, but I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I might have to get a job. I fucking hate to have to say that, but I got to be real. I might have to get a job for a little while. I don't know. I hope not, but I will if I have to, put it that way. I'm not above working. It just depends on, is World War III about to start with the fucking Iran and all that? If people can't afford chocolate. One good thing that did happen yesterday, which gave me hope, which was cool, is that the wife of the head of Muckleshoot came to my stand yesterday. And her and her husband have both, supported me in the past. And it was just good to see her yesterday. She goes, I finally make it out here. Every time I come here, you're already gone. Or every time I drive by, you're already gone. And I hear that a lot. But, I've had drama with that tribe, we just had a falling out. And it's not anything to do with them. It's to do with this other person that runs their community center. It only takes one person. And you guys know me, man. I can take so much, but I will say something if I have to. And, that whole situation, I don't regret it one bit. Fuck them. But anyway, she came out and it was just cool to see that, and it's not a holiday or anything. She just happened to come out and support me. So I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know why. It just got my wheels turning about something. I don't know what, but anyway, let me get off of this. It's just rough out there. Everybody knows it, we got people that can't find jobs and people are getting laid off left and right. We got a president with frontal lobe. How do you say that? Frontal lobe dementia. It's all just madness, but we just got to keep on keeping on. Where's Steendu at? Is Steendu out there? Is he working today? I was going to play a couple of videos. I wonder if they're on here. Globetrotters.
I feel the heat of a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who dance on the floor and around. She said, I am the one who dance on the floor and around. She told me her name was Billie Jean, and she caused a scene. Then heavy hair turned to ice and dream of being the one who dance on the floor and around. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love. Be careful what you do. After the lie comes true. Hey, Billie Jean, my love.
Crazy. One of those guys came to my high school one time. I can't remember his name, Charlie something. And first shot from, I don't know if it was like half court, maybe a little farther than half court. A hook shot, banked it right in. Like, damn. I think I seen the Harlem Globetrotters when I was a kid. I can't remember where, but I know I seen them somewhere. MJ, yep. Michael Jackson. Can you imagine if he was still around? At least he would single-handedly be able to, save the day. But it's impossible. If you think about it now, it's just crazy how the world works. They had to Charlie Kirk Michael Jackson because they can't have him around in this modern day era. It just doesn't fit the narrative. He would be the talent. It would be absolute insanity to go to a Michael Jackson concert. I bet. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe by now he would just be. It wouldn't hit the same. I find that hard to believe, but crazy. When you look at Madonna, you'd think that she would, and I'm sure Madonna still sings great, but it's hard to get that one image out of your head where she was wearing that black suit and looking like Medusa, kind of. All right, let's see here. We'll just get into it. I don't have many videos. We'll just see where the conversation goes. The only thing that keeps popping up for me, and I know Slim knows he's probably long gone by now, but it's terrorist attack week. It is terrorist attack week. Virginia Tech shooting, Boston Marathon bombing, Columbine, Oklahoma City bombing, the end of Waco, Texas, Deepwater Horizon oil rig, and there's a bunch of other ones. All of them happened within a couple of days of right now. Most of them, Virginia Tech was April 15th, but most of them were April 19th and April 20th. So, and it's never been a bigger recipe for something to happen. I hope not, but there's already been some weird shit going on. Who controls American government? We've got, how many people voted on this? 541 people voted. 97.8% people said Jews, with the choices of Muslim, Christian, and Jews. 97.8% of the people said Jews control the American government. Very interesting. Well, it's them and the Mormons for sure. The Mormons are the ones who control the CIA. They're the deep state. Anyway, let's move on. Look at these freaks. And the post says, no one will ever convince me these inbred genocidal maniacs are God's chosen people. And these are, I believe, IDF soldiers and just a couple of it is just, let's move on. Benny Johnson, Milo Yiannopoulos Potus went on Tim Pool a while back and accused Benny Johnson of sleeping with boys. And the thing is, I don't know all the details. I did kind of look it up a little bit. Johnson denied the allegations, called it defamation, said he was duty-bound to sue Milo over the claims. And it's now just, public attacks, threats of legal action. Let me see. Milo alleged that Benny Johnson had slept with boys and suggested that it was something of an open secret in certain conservative circles. He also made broader claims that Johnson was secretly gay and hiding it behind a family man image. And the reason why that I would even give that oxygen is because if you guys haven't heard or you're not paying attention, that's exactly what, in my opinion and a lot of people's opinion, if you look at the TPUSA guys, you know, it really kind of looks like that they're a secret gay mafia. And there's a lot of people involved. So, and whether that gay mafia, whether all the members are gay or not, one of their main motivations and things that they do is convince people that they're gay. And you can go down a whole rabbit hole about that shit. Dave Rubin, the Rubin Report. I mean, I don't really want to talk about this stuff, but I don't know if you guys know who Benny Johnson is. I knew he was, he reminds me of, it's funny that his last name is Johnson because it reminds me of Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House. They kind of have the same type of persona. And both of them give me the creeps. And I think it's well deserved because the question is, you know, if you are in fact, I'm just going to move on. Fuck these people. This is definitely something on the radar that could, you know, when it comes to, you know, something that happens around this time of year, the April 19th, April 20th attacks, sometimes you don't hear about it until the next day. Maybe it'll happen in the middle of the night. So this possibly could go down as one of them. U.S. Navy forces 8 Iranian ships to China to turn back. So Iranian ships headed to China. The U.S. Navy says, nope, go back. 8 of them. Iran's firm warning. Continue the blockade and we will shut down the Persian Gulf, Gulf of Oman, and the Red Sea. We will defend our sovereignty with full force. So, if you read between the lines there, this is what I get out of it. Because Iran is not to be fucked with. And that's exactly what they're doing. But Iran knows what's going to happen. They're going to force us into accepting a ground invasion. That's what they need, the ground invasion, because in order to extract the uranium that they want to steal, they actually have to get on the ground. And they already tried once with the pilot thing. Our government is just straight fucking lying to us. So keep your eyes peeled on that one. That situation over there is going nowhere. Trust me. It's only gonna fucking blow up. Ugh. I seen over $7 for diesel yesterday. Sorry, I didn't know. What did you hear, teacher? My mind always goes, I'm not exactly sure which one we're talking about. Oh, maybe the Benny Johnson. Sleeping with the boy thing. Yeah. Let's see here. What's this guy's name? Milo. This guy. No, that's not him. I don't know how to spell it. On Temple. Nope. Not on there. Not surprising. Not surprising. Yeah, I heard about the gay mafia theory. Oh, yeah. And what's his name talked about that too? That the guy that ran to Canada, Quaid. Randy Quaid? Dennis Quaid, one of them. Do you remember him talking about the Hollywood mafia? Is that his name?
This press conference is nonetheless eye-opening. Check this shit out.
For the past 20 years, my wife Evie and I have been the victims of criminal activities perpetrated by a small network of individuals who are out to destroy us personally, professionally, and financially. This network of individuals is manipulating the banking system and the criminal justice system for the purposes of sabotaging our credit and our credibility. We are not criminals, nor are we fugitives from justice, nor are we crazy. We are simply artists and filmmakers who are being racketeered on. We believe there are to be a malignant tumor of star whackers in Hollywood. How many people do you know personally who have died suddenly and mysteriously in the past 5 years? I have personally known 8 actors, all of whom I have worked with and was close to. Heath Ledger, Chris Penn, David Carradine among them. I believe these actors were whacked, and I believe that many others, such as Britney Spears, Lindsay Lohan, and Mel Gibson, are being played to get their money. In the meantime, any of celebrities' marketability is being co-opted and destroyed. Google helps out by keeping the negative near the top of the celebrities page because it's negativity that brings in the revenue. I have earned approximately $40 million throughout my career. I have profit participation in films. I am being embezzled from by this monstrous ring of accountants, estate planners, and lawyers who are mercilessly slandering me and trying to kill my career, and I believe murder me in order to gain control of my royalties.
To me, when I hear that, I totally believe that. Star whackers, David Carradine, Heath Ledger, maybe River Phoenix, Michael Jackson, Tom Petty, Prince. How many people? And then the ones that are under control. Poor Britney Spears. And, if you think about that, let's say that, you've got great music or you have a great movie, but everybody's seen it. There's not really, you just aren't really bringing in the bucks anymore. And so the people, that really stand to gain off of you being popular again, they don't care if you're popular for a good reason or a bad reason, and a lot of times it's easier just for a bad reason. And then, this drug overdose was brought to you by Doritos and Sony PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like, such and such celebrity was found naked on a street corner, waving a gun, saying they're trying to kill him. But we'll be right back after these commercials. You know what I mean? That's what it is right there. It's wild. Wild to think about. All right, let me get back to it. We watched a couple of these fights in Austin, Texas. It just came up on my feed. It's very strange because, you know, you have a huge crowd of people out there, but this right here, you could tell by the look on this guy's face. You know, he's the dude in in the dark here is about to get in a fight. He's being coached by this guy who's being directed by somebody behind the camera. And I mean, somebody's going to get hurt. You should not be throwing punches on concrete like this. And let's be honest, you know, does anybody really want to be fighting when there's that many black guys around? I know I wouldn't. I've been around enough crowds of black dudes to know that it's not a good idea to fight around a bunch of black guys. I'm just saying, not a good idea. That's what they like to do. You're going to get fucked up. And you see how they act at the end there? My God. Yeah, those are the guys that would whoop everybody's ass right there. Ugh. Sneeko's talking to the Prime Minister of Malaysia, and they do not allow any Israelis into the country of Malaysia. They don't recognize Israel as a real country. And that's facts today. This is the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Yeah, why do you think the United States has such a strong relationship with Israel? Because I just learned that Israelis are banned from visiting Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken.
We do not recognize precisely because
We don't recognize Israel as a state.
no,
Alhamdulillah.
well, we do. I mean, it's de facto, yes,
Right.
but the issue is the atrocities continue. I mean, how do you recognize state that colonize the other states?
Mhm.
I mean, effectively, Palestine and Gaza have been colonized.
Yes.
See, and we oppose colonization, all its form,
Mhm.
and we do therefore cannot condone that. There's no indication that Israel is adjusting to some of its foreign policy.
No, they keep expanding. They go into Lebanon,
expanding
displacing more people.
Yeah, the atrocities, unrivaled. Is like the barbaric.
Take your camera work and shove it up your ass, Nico. My God. Do you know how to hold a fucking camera still or what?
Barbaric, that's called the days of the barbarians.
It's a beautiful masjid.
Yes.
It seemed like in the khutbah he was speaking a lot about Palestine.
Yes, the khutbah actually made this reference, the need to be united, and we pray for.
Good God, you fucking dummy. It's interesting, though. I don't want to fight anyone. You're a lover, not a fighter. That's hilarious. Yep. Well, it almost seems like the police have to know what's going on. I'm curious if that's like a staged event, but are they really not hitting each other, or I'm just not a fan of that. You know, someone's going to get hurt on that concrete. Go to the gym. I think those guys could get just as many views. But you could just tell by those clowns that were throwing punches. They don't even know how to throw a punch. And that's the problem with the street fight. So you got one guy that knocks this guy out. But none of these guys know how to throw punches. Look at this shit. No. If you get one guy that knows how to throw a punch, those guys are all getting knocked out. And if you fall the wrong way on that concrete, it's lights out. And I know there's been people that have gotten life sentences for throwing one punch. One punch, and it's not that they killed the person with the punch, it's because they hit their head when they landed on the ground. That's why I'm scared to fight. I don't fight. You know, it takes a lot to get me to fight. I've only been in, I think, one fight that I can remember, maybe two. I think just one. And yeah, it scares me to even think about fighting, because I don't want to go to jail, because I will I will fucking hurt somebody. I don't know what it is. Even thinking about it, I like it's weird. I think if you train to fight, it's a lot safer to fight. But if you don't have any training fighting, that's where the problem comes in, because you don't know what to do. So you just, you know, you're throwing lethal blows at somebody. You don't understand. You know what I mean? It's crazy. People should not be fighting. Just fighting. I'm not a fan of it. In the ring, yeah. Huge fan of, you know, boxing, the UFC, that type of stuff. Sure. But that's what I'm saying. If you got to beef with somebody, go to the gym. Put some boxing. Well, you don't even have to put gloves on if you don't want to put gloves on. Just fight in the gym, in a ring. Fuck each other up in there. That's so much safer than doing it on the street. I mean, I guess the grass would be okay, but I don't know. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. President Trump says he's totally okay with the Epstein survivors testifying to Congress under oath. You know, I'm just sick of it. Sick of the Epstein files. The Eric Swalwell, they say Pelosi knew about the Chinese spy. She did nothing. Nobody cares. Mayweather had a boxer go up against David Benavidez, and he got fucked up. Mayweather's in the crowd, just.
Jay Leone has got to be moving. He's got to use his legs.
Oh, big right by Benavidez.
That's it. It was the long arms of Benavidez. It was the long arm of the law.
That's Floyd Mayweather. Love trains at the Mayweather Boxing Club in Las Vegas. But it is David Benavidez who maintains his unbeaten record, now 21-0.
Hold on.
Benavidez. It was the long arm of
The question would be, so if this is the picture, the Jeopardy question would be, who rigs boxing? And then I would chime in, bing, 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 Showtime and Mayweather. That's my opinion. I mean, it's not just them, but look at those two fucking. The other dude over here with the rose. You never trust anybody with rose-colored glasses on. You guys know that, right? Couldn't comment. Hello, sweet tea. Good morning. Good to see you. You know, in the casino, when you play blackjack, the discard so if you're playing blackjack, here, let's let's put my. Let's see if we can see one. It don't count.
What's going on?
Oh,
Blackjack until we figure out what's going on in here, okay? What's going on?
okay. So here's the discard thing. And we've all seen these. I don't know if you guys can see my pointer. This guy's getting told not to play blackjack anymore because he's card counting. Where the dealer puts the discard cards right here, the discard pile, this little contraption is always rose colored, just like Homeboy's glasses. Always rose colored, because that's the easiest color to see a mark on a card. So if you're in a casino and there are certain games where they will allow you to touch the cards, even in blackjack, you can only touch them with one hand, like in double deck blackjack. One of the moves would be to have a ring on your hand, on your finger, and rub it on an ace. If you know that you have an ace, or in poker even, you rub you have a certain type of a ring that you can just rub the back of the card with a little bit. So, and your rose-colored glasses will pick that up faster than anything. So some casinos, I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, it may be that all casinos, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they don't allow you to wear rose-colored glasses. Maybe they do. But that is why that discard thing is rose-colored. And there was a story, the very first casino that opened up in Washington State. I wonder if I can find, if there's any thing on this. The Lummi Island Casino. The Lummi Island Casino. Blackjack scandal. Early 90s. Because I was going to school up in Bellingham. Six people here. Let's see here. This was 1994. 6 people accused of cheating with marked cards as indicted. Or indicted. Excuse me. 6 people accused of gambling with marked cards at the Lummi Indian Casino blackjack tables have been indicted on racketeering. Federal grand jury alleges that the 6 were members of a gambling enterprise that operated between June of 92 and April of 94. According to yesterday's indictment, 2 casino employees removed cards from the casino so they could be marked by the defendants. The cards were returned to the casino and introduced into play by another casino employee at blackjack tables where the defendants played. Those 3 casino employees have pled guilty to conspiracy in connection with their involvement. As much as $25,000 was won in one day on several occasions. They're not going to go into details, but I remember. The Lummi Tribe Casino is near Bellingham. But what it was, part of the story is that the people that were winning were coming from Canada. So you had these people that were coming up from, because Lummi is close up to the border there, and Bellingham is too. It's only like 60 miles from Canada. But they were wearing rose-colored glasses. These Canadian people. And that alone, you have somebody wearing rose-colored glasses winning $25,000, and this is back in the 90s. You got to be a fucking moron to not think you're going to get caught. You have to be a fucking moron. The only way you do that is that's a one and done, man. That's a one and done. Possibly you do it, I mean, I don't know. Of course they're going to get caught. Dean, dude, there you are. What's going down? We just played. Did you see our Harlem Globetrotters video we played? In your memory? I'll play it again. Unbelievable. Meadowlark Lemon, nice. I seen the Globetrotters once when I was a kid. I don't remember where. Probably maybe the Kingdom. I don't know. I know I seen them at some place. Maybe they came just locally. But one of them came to my high school one time. The string ball, the best, right? Yeah, I actually remember a little bit of that when I seen them as a kid. I was young. I'm thinking like kindergarten. So that would have been like 78, probably. They don't do it anymore? Damn. Yeah, that's classic. And it just brings back memories, the refs and good stuff. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. What else we got? We just watched, I don't know if you've seen this one. This was David Benavidez beating up one of Mayweather's guys.
Jay Leon has got to be moving. He's got to use his legs.
Oh, big right by Benavidez.
That's it. It was the long arms of Benavidez. It was the long arm of the law.
That's Floyd Mayweather. Love trains at the Mayweather Boxing Club in Las Vegas.
I think that dude's name is Showtime or whatever his name is next to Mayweather.
Arms of Benavidez. It was a long arm.
The dude in the rose-colored glasses. That's how I even got on the subject, because this shiesty guy, man, he won money somehow. Even though that's Mayweather's guy, I'm sure he won money somehow. You dirty motherfucker, you. Nick M, what's going down? How are you? Good to see you. Look at that look on Mayweather's face. And look at those chains. My Lord. There's a lot of diamond rings on that chain. What the fuck is this guy even talking about? This is the crew commander for the Artemis space station.
On the ship.
Space shuttle.
I'm not really a religious person, but there was just no other avenue for me to explain anything or to experience anything. So I asked for the chaplain on the Navy ship to just come visit us for a minute. And when that man walked in, I'd never met him before in my life, but I saw the cross on his collar, and I broke down in tears. Like it's very hard to fully grasp what we just went through. And in these short, you just said it's been a week since we've been back, but it's been a week of medical testing, physical testing, doctors, science objectives. We have not had that decompression. We have not had that reflection time. So I'm basing this on what we saw. And when the sun eclipsed behind the moon, I think all four of us, I turned to Victor and I said, I don't think humanity has evolved to the point of being able to comprehend what we were looking at right now, because it was otherworldly. It was amazing.
The only thing I would add is that beautiful thing. First of all, thank you for sharing that. That was a really special moment. I was in the bed right across when the chaplain came in, and the only thing I would add is I am a religious person, but everything else is the same. It was, there is something in there, and as we start to process, I'll have to tell you next week, but haven't had a chance to really unpack it all yet.
I mean, it's not even worth getting worked up about, honestly, at this point. It's really not. There's more important things in life, but oh, good Lord. I thought we were done with DEI. This is literally the DEI astronaut crew. He hasn't had a chance to be told what to say. 100%. And we're so over hearing about it's so godly up there. It's so, I can't even put it to words. I need to unpack it in my head. It's such a religious experience. I mean, my Lord, I cannot put it to words, guys. It's just mind blowing. My Lord, that when the moon eclipsed the sun, there's no way you guys could possibly comprehend what I saw up there. Give me some time to soak it in, and I'll get back to you. Get the fuck out of here. And why are you still wearing your blue spacesuit? All of these people are still wearing their blue spacesuit. It's like, for what? This guy, he gets home. Let me see here. I don't know how to spell astronauts at home. No. Anyway, there was two separate videos. There was one of the lady. She set up a camera inside of her house, and she wanted to record herself walking in the door and her dog running up to her and, oh, I missed you so much. She drops to her knees and the dog runs right past her. And anybody that owns a dog knows that that's fucking complete. That's not how it works. This dog didn't want nothing to do with her. And she's in the same blue spacesuit at her house. It's like, what the fuck are you doing wearing that? What do you need the spacesuit on for? And then the black dude, he's in front of his house with like 100 people out there, and he's giving some weird speech in a blue spacesuit. It's like, these fucking people, man. I'm over it. Completely over it. We'll listen to this clown give his take on something.
America made the choice. I'd rather have a pedophile than a black woman. I'd rather have a rapist than some. So what do you do when a country tells you who it is? You believe them. You believe, and it's not me saying that. Even now, they're not mad that Donald Trump threatened to bomb and kill 93 million people. They're not mad that he, depicted, esteemed members of our society as animals. They're not mad that he cussed on Easter.
And we're not mad at you, DL Hughley. We just think you should just shut the fuck up already, please, with your fucking bullshit. Okay? What black woman are we talking about? Kamala Harris? We chose a pedophile over Kamala Harris? Okay. I mean, that's a knock on her. But don't sit there and say we chose a black woman. Give us a proper black woman. one that knows how to speak properly. There's plenty of them out there. There's plenty of highly educated black women that I would vote for. I would vote for Candace Owens right now. I think she should be president. You know, at least attorney general. You know, give me somebody qualified. Don't give me somebody that's a mumbling, bumbling, and by the way, DL, it's all the same shit.
For foreign policy. Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
Well, there are different reasons that we should be thoughtful about each. Most recently, I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. And look, I mean, Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? And what we saw in terms of just this attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles, what we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So if you
And
have
that must
proof that Iran is building a nuclear weapon, would you take military action?
I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals at this moment.
Because it was never about, and it's not their decision. They get told what to do. It was never about nuclear weapons. It's about going in there and stealing the enriched uranium or whatever they're trying to do. Nick, have a good one. Appreciate you coming through. Have a great day. Happy Friday. ALV, hello. Good to see you. Is there a show tonight? I think I've seen Ghost Stories tonight. So you alternate? You do the alternate thing? Donna, good morning. Good to see you. You had to restart your channel. Right on. I mean, not right on, but thank you for being here. But I thought I'd seen Ghost Stories tonight. Oh, let's see here. Let's get back to it. I don't think I have too many more videos here. Lady in Seattle, living in her car forever.
Jill is not considered elderly, a senior citizen. She's only 51. She is not on drugs. She appears to be eating, but she's definitely living in her car. And her car, for lack of better terms, it smells like poop.
She hasn't left the car in up to a year. It's kind of disturbing. It's squalor. It's sad. It's scary.
Why wouldn't the police take her given the physical disability that you and I saw? What and how do we define a grave danger to oneself?
So there are very specific criteria. And in this example, because she's getting her feces and urine taken out of the car, she's technically not in grave danger.
And the police's hands are kind of tied because if they 5150 her, she's going to go to the hospital for 72 hours. They're going to tow her car away. And then the hospital is going to release her because she's not quite sick enough to be committed. And then.
Yeah, I don't like that term 5150, those psych hold things. I think that's a way to kidnap people. Haunted high schools tonight. Okay, right on. I don't know. I'm going to move on from that story there. Marab is a UFC fighter. Happened to see some people washing windows, and they were UFC fans. So he decided to just go say hi to them.
Oh. What's up, guys? How are you? Respect.
The picture.
Yeah? Okay.
He's coming down just to see.
Ah, mi amigo. Maybe I jump there, brother.
Yeah, when he finishes.
You come. Let me. My God,
he's crazy.
Yes. No problem. Don't be nervous. I'm just a regular guy like you. 7 years ago, I was working construction too. I can take it.
He's crazy.
Okay, don't worry. I'll be fine.
He's a fighter.
Come here.
Rob.
Easy, bro. Easy.
He wasn't. Oh.
So respect Marab. That was kind of cool. It is sad about that lady, right, Donna? There's all kinds of people like that around here. It's crazy. So many people like that. You know, and they closed down all the mental hospitals. It's weird, but it is definitely sad. Anna Kasparian and Nick Fuentes.
Our country is under a hostile occupation.
Israeli occupation of the United States government.
Israel controls our government.
Israel controls our government.
Control and influence and manipulate our system.
Ruled and controlled and manipulated by the nation state of Israel.
They are vampires. They suck our blood.
They suck the life out of this country.
We cannot be slaves to Israel.
I'm not a slave to Israel.
Iran does not have a nuclear weapon.
Iran did not have a nuclear arsenal.
The supreme leader.
We get it. YouTube is a mental hospital. Yeah, that is true. Tommy's working and listening. He hasn't said the word meeting today, which is good. Which means we'll probably get it. He'll probably be in 10 meetings tomorrow. Because I haven't heard him say he's in a meeting once yet today. Yeah, the window washers. I met some window washers, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? The building that I'm going to set up in today it's all windows. The entire building is huge windows. And they were washing them. And then the washers came inside. And we're like, oh, I want to buy something. But I left before they finished. Israel, somebody came out with, let me see if I can find it. Top 10 anti-Semites. I think I spelled that wrong. The Israeli government has released its official list of top anti-Semites around the world. Number 1, Dan Bilzerian, and he is running for Congress against Fat Jew Randy Klein. And the fact that he calls him Fat Jew Randy Klein, I think is what got him boosted to number 1. He was already a top anti-Semite, very outspoken. I would definitely vote for Dan. And if you guys don't know who he is,
religion that says that they're better than other people. And what's that?
Well, you do. You obviously do. It's blatant. No one watching this will draw any other conclusion. I'm staggered about how brazen you've been.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it when people think they're better than other people, and you see that in Israel, and they're acting like that, and they're treating Palestinians like second-class citizens. They're treating them like subhuman beasts, and it sells that in their Talmud. So it says if you are not a Jew, that you are basically subhuman. And I don't think that Judaism and Christianity go hand in hand. I mean, they believe that Jesus is in hell burning in human shit, and they believe the Virgin Mary is a whore. So I don't think those are two religions that really intersect very well. But you know, we've been programmed that they do, and we've been programmed that it's okay and that Jews are the chosen people, and I just disagree with that. I think everybody's equal.
Do you even comprehend how this interview is going to play?
that's the number 1 anti-Semite in the world. 6:35 a.m. meeting with the Netherlands. They are ahead of us. We have issues getting our cargo ships through. Oh shit. Wow. Well, yeah, that sucks. Everything's going up in price. I had to tell this dude yesterday that buys caramel apples from me that I have to raise the price on them $1 an apple. They raised the price of the caramel. I used to be able to get 4 cans of caramel for $12. Now it's $16.36. It's ridiculous. So number 1 is Dan. Number 2.
Apparently, recently, the Israeli government released a report where they identify me as the second most dangerous anti-Semite in the world. And the reason is for me using terms such as genocide, siege, and mass starvation to talk about the situation in Gaza. Anyway, the genocide continues. And just some weeks ago, Israel passed a new law to impose death penalty based on race only for Palestinians. This is apartheid. And on Palestine Prisoners' Day, April 17th, the world will rise up against this new law and against apartheid. We must activate all parts of civil society to demand imposing sanctions, divestments, boycotts, accountability for war criminals, and ending our implicity with genocide and apartheid. It is the bare fucking minimum. So get organized and show up on Palestinian Prisoners' Day, April 17th.
Which is today. Which is another reason why it's very not likely, but I mean, it's definitely a possibility that there could be some type of major event that happens today, tomorrow, the 19th or the 20th. It's primed right now for a disaster. I hope not, but it could happen in the Strait. Could happen over in Israel, Iran, the United States. Who knows? Number 2 is Greta Thunberg. I'm going to do the top 5. Number 3, Bassem Youssef. He did a great interview with Candace Owens not too long ago. This is who Alan Dershowitz, Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, Piers Morgan. I'll be right back. I got to grab some coffee.
I'm going to make it very clear. I'm filing a lawsuit immediately. I'm instructing my lawyers. You are now going to be sued.
Mr. Dershowitz, I owe you an apology. I admit now that I was wrong, mostly because I'm scared of you. I'm scared! Guys, before you judge me and call me a coward, who am I to stand against the great Alan Dershowitz?
That's Alan Dershowitz, an elite former Harvard law professor and perhaps the most famous devil's advocate in U.S. history.
He has a glorious history of defending con artists, rapists, and murderers, getting them off the hook.
Klaus von Bülow, Mike Tyson, O.J. Simpson's Jeffrey Epstein.
This is how good you are, Mr. Dershowitz.
Me?
Yes. You defended Reverend
Jim Baker
after he was convicted of defrauding parishioners. You also defended Baroness Leona Helmsley, also known as the Queen of Mean. Wait, why is she called that? The Queen of Mean? Yum. Ooh. You defended her when she was convicted of defrauding.
All right, I'm back. I can't stand this little arrogant eco-Nazi. Yeah, he is too. Alan Dershowitz, if that's what we're talking about. Him and Piers both, but all right, and who is number 4? The most important person of the 20th century. This is Candace Owens. Do we have any videos of Candace Owens?
So your Netflix subscription, because the episode we have today, we're going on a journey. It is insane, unbelievable. Your jaw is going to be on the floor. It's about this gun that the ATF traced on the morning of Charlie's assassination. And it turns out that one of Erica's friends attempted to buy the company of that gun. I'm referring to Victor Marx. If you are not following this, you probably haven't heard about it. I am actually just beside myself going through the story. So join us at the link below. All right, you guys, it's all good.
And this is what Trump says about Candace Owens in here. Now Trump tweeted something. I'm just kind of getting off topic. He tweeted this last night. I'm on Air Force One heading to Las Vegas and Arizona for greetings and speeches on no tax on tips, a windfall for our great American citizens. I am watching one of the least attractive and talented people on all of television, Jessica Tarlov. Her voice is so grating and terrible, I had to turn her off. Her Democrat sound bites are fake. She makes up poll numbers and nobody challenges her because she's so boring. I have among the best poll numbers I have ever had. And why shouldn't I? All the country does is win. CNN had me at 100%, saying they never saw that before. Get her off the air. She is bad for our country. I hear Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, and Candace Owens are dying fast. Their numbers are terrible. Nobody believes them anymore. They were fake mega, and now they've been exposed. President DJT. What a ungrateful backstabber this guy is. My gosh. I got something on my eye.
Something, but it's something that has always lived inside of me, which was something that Charlie Kirk told me before he passed and something that Andrew gov't confirmed to me. This is, again, when everybody was good, and obviously things are not the same between me and Andrew gov't because I don't believe him. I just don't believe him. But before it was announced that Miriam Adelson gave Trump $100 million, this was, I think it was announced in July or just before July of 2024. And I was told by Charlie that he and Andrew gov't were present for that meeting with Donald Trump. And the reason that Charlie told me the story, and again, I could go back and try to figure out when exactly the discussion happened. I want to say it was May. So I knew that that money went through, and I knew what she wanted in exchange for $100 million. What Charlie and Andrew gov't told me was that she said that she wanted in exchange for Trump to allow them to annex not Gaza, but the West Bank. I was stunned by this. I think it has since made the news. But of course, this is like a totally different pretense than October 7th. Hamas is not in the West Bank, and that is what she wanted in exchange. After she said this to Trump, Trump went wherever Charlie was. Trump was adjusting his tie and looking in the mirror, and he said, I'm going to take her money, and then I'll F her over. Okay. I am hearing this from Charlie, who was there first person, and Andrew, who confirmed this. Andrew was also there. That nobody.
And, for anybody that doesn't believe Candace, it's one thing to say what Charlie said because Charlie's dead. Andrew gov't is the COO of Turning Point USA. He is the guy who, Charlie said this, he's always on this podcast talking every single day. So, she's not trying to make up a story of what a dead person said. Andrew gov't could verify that. Now, would he say that? Hell no, because they're on opposite sides. But yeah, apparently that's what she said. And then Trump said that he would take her money and fuck her over, and then they tried to assassinate him. I believe is what she's getting to.
Nobody else was there but Andrew and Charlie when Trump said this. A few weeks later, there was the Butler attempted assassination. And I find it very strange that Donald Trump is not interested or has appeared to be completely disinterested in determining who fired that shot. There were a lot of holes in that story. I didn't go down that rabbit hole. But I do know that once you assume office and you have the power to get more information and put more information out there, it's weird that he was satisfied just moving on from that. And I do remember watching Don Trump Jr. on stage.
So we'll move on from there. Candace Owens is the number 4 biggest anti-Semite in the world. I think she's the most important person in the 21st century. You can't imagine what it takes to get ships out from Port Newark to the world. Oh, I bet. Don't they have apps that show where all the ships are around the world? I looked at that one time. Why would ships going to the Netherlands go through the Strait of Hormuz? Well, let's see here. She's on Netflix now. Who's on Netflix now? Were you talking about Candace? She's not on Netflix. She's on. She's just on YouTube. Why would ships here? Let's ask ChatGPT. A ship that is leaving New Jersey to the Netherlands, would they have to go through the Strait of Hormuz, or is there anything with the blocking of shipping passages that would affect that journey today? I don't know if that made any sense, but let's see. It says, no, there's zero reason for that ship to go anywhere near the Strait of Hormuz. A ship going from Jersey to the Netherlands would take a straightforward North Atlantic route, depart East Coast, nearly New York Harbor, likely near New York Harbor, cross the North Atlantic, enter European waters via the English Channel or north of the UK, arrive at a port like Port of Rotterdam. Yeah. Let's see. Do we got anything else in here? Who said the Strait? I never said the Strait. You can't imagine what it takes to get ships out of. What was the other one? We have issues getting our cargo ships through. Huh. Well, I could see there definitely being, like it's a chain reaction. Once one is delayed, it's like building a house. The electrician's waiting on the plumber who's waiting, and then the floor guy's waiting on the electrician, that type of thing. Could be that. Hollywood, hello, good to see you. I never even mentioned that there are apparently some trickle effects from the war and I can imagine that. I see that. It's not what we signed up for. So the 4th biggest anti-Semite in the world, but my favorite person, in public is Candace Owens. So number 5, Abdel Bari Atwan. I have no idea who this person is, but let's find out. Yeah, I like this dude.
Abdel Bari Atwan is a very long-standing friend of mine. He is from Gaza.
Oh, no, this is George Galloway. Let's see who this guy is.
When we first met 40 years ago, we used to talk about how bad things were there. Well, Abdel Bari, they're a lot worse now than they were then. If it was agony for me to watch what happened in the week in Gaza, then of course it was very much more agonizing for you. Give us your view of what Netanyahu did and why he did it.
Brother George, today, the number of genocide, Israeli genocide.
So that's the number 5th. I don't know half these people. Yep, I mean the world is changing. Let's see here. Dan Bilzerian, we know who that is. Greta Thunberg, we know. Bassam Youssef, we know. Candace Owens, we know. Abdel, we don't know. Omar Suleiman, don't know. Anastasia, don't know. Nick Fuentes, we know. Ian Carroll, we know. And Tucker Carlson. So 1, 2, 3. 3 of them we don't know. All the rest of them we know. It's crazy they got Dan on the top because he speaks the truth. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60% of the top anti-Semites around the world are American. Crazy. And so since this post says that, so since they made a top 10 anti-Semite list, I made one of the 10 worst Jews alive. Is what this number 1, Benjamin Netanyahu. Number 2, Miriam Adelson, which is the one Candace was just talking about. Trump's largest donor. Widow to Sheldon Adelson, the Sands Casino. She's a casino conglomerate, basically. Gaming conglomerate, globally. Heavily invested in Macau, China, and abroad. She's not much in the United States for gambling, as far as I know. But yeah, not a fan of that lady at all. She's a scary bitch. Ben Gvir, I believe he is the defense minister for Israel. He's the one that, he's all giddy about the new hanging gallows, whatever that thing is they have for the Palestinians. I bet you that's the first video that pops up of this fuck. Look at this guy just standing over handcuffed people like this.
מינימום של מינימום תנאים, אבל יש עוד משהו שחייבים לעשות. עונש מוות למחבלים. רואה? אלה כל הנוח'בות, אלה גיבורים, על הילדים, על הנשים, על התינוקות שלנו.
Crazy.
זה לא חוקי הורסים. אי אפשר לבוא, נגמר התקופה. אתה מעלה. לא, אני מרים את החוק מהרצפה. לא. אני מרים את החוק מהרצפה. אתה הורס לנו, אתה הורס לזקנות, כי סלאמה ולנשים. אני הורס למי שבונה שלא כחוק. אתה לא נותן להם תחליפי. שלא כחוק.
What is wrong with those people, man? It's like, why are they so war hungry?
בצורה הכי פשוטה והכי ברורה. החוק הזה הוא חוק היסטורי. א', הטענה, בג"ץ, מה יעשה? קודם כל, עובדה, בג"ץ לא הוציא אפילו צו ביניים נגד...
They're passing laws to mass execute Palestinian prisoners, and it's just disgusting. Let's move on, shall we? What do we got here? Heavily armed U.S. Capitol police officers are racing to a reported shooting in the vicinity of a high-ranking U.S. government official. Don't know anything about this. I just seen this morning when I first woke up. Don't think we're going to get any information there. I don't watch movies, but I think I might go watch this movie. Like if there was a movie, I probably won't, but this does have a chance to get my money. It's called Bus Boys.
I gotta admit it, waiters are cool. I mean, the way they enter a room. Hot plate. Ow! Shoot, wrong table. What the fuck? And they make all the money.
Wanted to ask you if maybe I could get a raise or some benefits.
I don't think you remember a couple of years ago, I was giving you college credit.
Yeah, I should have been in college.
They steal your check. I can get you wherever you want. I'm a Waiter. We're on the wrong end of the food chain, bud. They're on the food end. We're on the other end where the food comes out.
You and Mark are a bunch of shit-wrangling butt birds, and that's all y'all ever gonna be.
I just want to have a dad again.
We'll make it happen.
Night, and I'm coming on this long and winding road.
Busboys wanted.
You know, busboys hatch into
What?
waiters. We go in there, we get a job, we're busboys for 3 days. They bump us up to waiters because we're killing it. And then we're nailing it, living the high life.
Fresh day!
What? Oh, it's carnage everywhere. You like sports? You know I do. Actually. What's your wiener taste like?
Your legs is making my day. Nice hat, man. Is that traditional garb? I was talking about, man. It's a tourniquet.
Stop Titanic! Can you feel me pinching your nuts? I actually can.
Call me Ann Spank. I'll be in my attic.
Yeah! Tag me in, boss.
Where's my dick?
Busboys for life.
Busboys for life.
After further review, that just looks like a very stupid movie. Never mind. And I wonder why they all run to America in the end, right? It does look kind of funny, right? AOV. I don't know. I probably have to wait for it to come out on. I like Theo Vaughn. He's funny. I don't know. Yeah. Why do they all come to America, Thindu? Why do they all come here? Another tweet from Trump last night. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but who's dumber, Tucker Carlson or Joe Kent? It's very interesting. I met Joe Kent at Dover Air Force Base along with numerous others. He was really a sleazebag, and some would say, on top of it all, a leaker. I don't know whether or not that was true, but next time, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Kent is a loser, just like Tucker, Candace, Megan, and the rest of them are losers. You're born that way, low IQ, and there's not a damn thing they're going to be able to do about it. President Donald J. Trump. Jeez. I mean, this guy is just a nut job. Ben Shapiro.
Who do you think is monitoring Erica's travel? Who do you think is doing that? Do we have any clues? Do we have any clues? Well, I mean, Candace Owens has been saying that her followers are supposed to follow Erica and give tabs on. I wonder, where could this have come from? Megyn Kelly has refused to condemn Candace Owens on this topic in any way, shape, or form. Now, Megyn, of course, will lie and claim that my criticism of her on this matter has something to do with Israel, but you should go back and listen to the prior sentence again. Israel was not in that sentence. Erica.
These people are just absolute piles of shit. Hey, I didn't realize it was 4:00 already. Trump has lost his mind. Why do all the presidents go senile? Maybe it's the job that destroys. But yeah, either that or, the mafia gets to him. The global cabal, the deep state, they have a way of just giving them dementia. Because if you listen to a couple of people that know about that type of thing, they say that he's got whatever frontal lobe dementia or whatever, and he's on medication for it, which is what caused the bruising on his hand and on his neck. So, I mean, if you go back and watch videos of Trump from, him running in 2020 or 2016 or even this time, drain the swamp, and I don't know. It's wild. He has definitely lost his mind, though. All right, let's see what else we got real quick. Trump, he went to Nevada. I think he's in Nevada right now. I don't know what all that means. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. Tommy's on. Appreciate y'all hanging out. I got to go dip some strawberries and get ready for today. So I'll be listening. I got meetings to do. So I'll be in and out of Tommy's chat, with all my meetings and everything. All right, ALV, we'll see you over there. Dean, do have a good day. Hollywood Nick, everybody that came through, and we will talk to you soon.